I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jackie. Welcome back to Dumb Witch Club.
So today for this segment, we are going to be talking about the Triplicities.
Ooh, what does that mean?
Sounds very complicated, and some people don't like the term.
I don't think I like the term.
From what we've been told, it's not popular. People are not into it.
We've been told
it's uncomfortable for them. Yeah, it was literally.
No, what does it mean though?
It's the elements that each sign of the zodiac belong to. And there are 4 elements: fire, air, earth, water.
Right.
But because there's 12 signs and they have to fit into the 4 elements, it's called a triplicity because there's 3 of each sign in each of the 4 elements. Are you uncomfortable yet? Because I think this is why people hate it.
I was just going to say, I do not like Math-strology.
No, oh my goodness.
It's not a word.
Math-strology should be banned.
Horrible. Anyways, that was an amazing explanation. And yes, you lost me, but it was...
I lost
you didn't.
myself.
No, you really didn't. It was really good. No,
That's
you're
really
accurate. It was very good. It all makes sense. There was some math involved, and you did a great job.
Yikes.
So.
I can't believe I did, because normally that doesn't go well.
So, in, dumb witch terms, we're talking about the elements, right?
Yes, that's just much better.
Yes, so much better. So, as you have mentioned, there's 4 elements that each of the 3 signs that are within that element are kind of sharing the energy of that element. So,
yes.
The elements are fire,
air,
water, earth.
Yes.
Which one should we start talking about first? I know which one I want to start with because
Well,
I'm a triple fire sign, so I want to start with fire.
I wonder why I had that one listed first.
Oh,
Unconsciously
super sweet.
aligned.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like, to some extent these are self-explanatory, but it's still interesting and you still kind of want to acknowledge. So, like, fire energy is the energy of fire. So, fire is hot.
Right.
And passionate, right?
Yes.
Sort of unpredictable, but also like very consistent. Like once a fire starts burning, like it's gonna burn until it can't burn anymore.
Influential.
Yes, influential. Like fire's like necessary to life. All of the elements are necessary to life, of course. But, and it's like the whole like Prometheus and giving fire to the humans kind of thing. And like that gave us the power and all that stuff. So fire energy is kind of, spark. The 3 signs that have fire energy all share, this in common, but then also continue to like translate that down into different ways because of other influences. Right?
Which you'll have to check out the other mini episodes for more details on that, because we can't cover it all. I just struggled through the triplicity thing. So obviously we can't talk about all of it in one. But yes, that further further divides them into kind of different expressions, I guess, of that energy. And I love the aspect of fire energy that is the sort of transformation, the burning down, and then the rebirth and transformation, resurrection aspect of it.
Totally. Well, and I feel like you would say that because you're a Scorpio, and that's associated with the Phoenix, which is sort of a fire thing, even though Scorpio is not a fire sign.
Right. So, and a lot of people think it is, which we'll get into in our Scorpio episode. But
yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so that's kind of fire energy, And again, I feel like it's somewhat common sense. It makes sense, but it's kind of interesting to just, kind of name it and really think about what that means.
You might know it, but if you haven't thought about those terms that you would associate, maybe like making a list of them and then picking out the ones that, mean something to you, I think that's a really good activity.
Yeah, and I also want to say, and since we're sort of talking about fire signs first, obviously fire is important and it's good and it's useful. It can also be destructive and out of control.
Right.
And so like most things period, but most things in astrology, there's like the healthy application version, and then there's kind of the, off the rails version.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Moving on to air,
really?
Well, and I like
surprised that she went to air next.
I don't know. That's what I put.
Okay.
I think maybe because I was thinking about the way that air sort of feeds fire. Maybe that's where I was going with that.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Love the air.
Yeah.
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 Love the air signs. I love what air is associated with. I feel like it's the most abstract. Does that make sense?
Yes. No, it does. I mean, if you think about air, like...
Can't see it.
What even is air?
Right.
Like, you can't see it, but it's also everywhere.
Right.
And you usually can't feel it, but when you can feel it, it's like kind of harsh, like wind or whatever.
Like, can be really intense.
Yeah. I mean, it's like tornadoes even. Air is also essential to life, obviously, like breathing and respiration and all of that.
Right.
Air is also associated with like intellect, right?
Yes.
Because it's kind of like up your head in the clouds kind of thing. And I think that's where kind of you get into like maybe a less skillful presentation of air is kind of like really spacey, or really like expansive and kind of out there. But even in a positive way, people can be, really intellectual and really thoughtful and kind of that expansive like sociability, of like thinking outside of yourself, like thinking up into the ether.
And then I also think about being up and looking down. I feel like air has like a particularly good quality that they are sort of not seated above in like a snobby way, but seated above where they have a bigger picture sort of view.
Totally.
Than a lot of the other elements do sometimes. And they see and perceive things that, you have to from that angle. So.
Well, yeah, or that you can't accept from that angle. They all share that energy. And it translated into their own ways. So, what's next?
Earth is next.
Oh my goodness. Just throwing curveballs. Okay.
Only because, yes, you asked. So,
okay. So, Earth energy.
Earth.
Yeah. Energy. I know. I don't feel like I don't know what to say about this one. Not in a bad way.
No, never in a bad way.
Again, self-explanatory. Earth is essential to life. It is fertility. It is grounded.
Yes.
It is also really difficult to get through sometimes.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. But it's also movable.
It is movable.
With patience.
And with the other elements.
Correct. Yeah.
Why is this the first time it's the first time I've ever thought of this? That cannot be true.
No, it probably is. And this is why we know that we're dumb witches. Because we've never thought of some of these things until right now, even though we talked about these
But that's why we have each other.
No, it's true. No, it really, it's seriously. Yeah. I don't think I've ever thought about it like exactly like that either.
No, I loved that actually. And I think earth signs get a bad rap.
They always get called a stubborn. Like that's always the first word is like hard-headed, stubborn, whatever.
And just kind of like they just don't get the credit. Like they're just kind of like boring. Oh, they're just, one way.
It's just the earth. It's boring.
Like,
it's dynamic. The earth. That's not boring. Super dynamic.
So dynamic.
Layers. All kinds of different things involved in just like literally the earth itself.
Absolutely.
And then that's the energy that is translating. And it can look, I think that's also interesting too. It can look on the surface like, well, that's a rock. That's whatever. But it's like so much more than that.
Absolutely.
And I think that happens with earth signs.
It does.
They get kind of like, oh, well, you're that. And it's like, oh, my goodness,
Yes, I know.
Whereas I really do feel like fire signs, they get judged for different things,
yes, absolutely.
Or like air signs too. So
totally.
Yeah. What else? What else can we just say about earth energy?
I think, it's the grounding energy that the other signs need.
Well, that's true. Getting back to sort of the balance of, all of the things. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We need them.
Yeah. We do need
They're necessary. Yeah.
They are necessary. Okay.
Yes.
So last but not least.
Last but certainly not least is water.
Certainly not least.
Absolutely. No wonder.
I love water signs. I love water signs.
Obviously.
A lot of people very close to me are water sun signs. And I love water because it's so dynamic. Mm-hmm. Water can be deep and still and mysterious, and it can also be flowing really fast. It can also be destructive, but it's extremely necessary to life. It makes things grow, kind of going back to the interplay between the elements, like earth needs water. And I love that they're emotional, and I love that they cry with me. So.
I know. It's interesting because fire and water signs, are not supposed to...
Well, we will
interact. And we'll talk
talk about those hard hard, fast kind of rules and kind of what garbage they actually are. But yeah, what else? You're a water sign.
I am a water sign. Isn't it funny? I'm a water sign, but I have like the maybe least amount to say about it. I wonder why that is.
Because you're a water sign.
Yeah, that's probably true. I'm like too busy flowing into other things and like appreciating things. Yeah, I guess. But yes, the depth thing. I mean, for me personally, and being a fixed water sign, I mean, the depth aspect to it is probably the most resonant with me. So
yeah,
same.
Yeah. She's looking in the mirror. Okay, so those are the 4 elements.
Yes.
Which are also called the triplicity aspect of
we will not say that whole thing again. I will never say it again.
Never again. Saved. Yeah, so definitely when we start going through our whole new sign Hoodis series, we will be referencing for each sign kind of some of these energies. So
yes,
there you go. There you have it.
Throw down some ideas, give us some more aspects, probably some more about water since I had nothing to say, and give me some help on that. But yeah, or questions, anything you want to hear us talk about.
Let us know.
Yeah, thank you. Dumb Witch Club is written and produced by us, Ashley Sidner
and Jackie Gerard at the Dumb Witch Clubhouse in Orange County, California.
Produced and edited by Matt Heinemeyer, creative director and culture consultant Violet Turner.
Original music by Ashley Sidner. And look us up on all your favorite social media platforms, including Patreon.
Until next time, stay witchy, friends.
And stay dumb.